Hi, this is Trev and welcome to my blog. This really isn't the video I was expecting to upload next. I was expecting to do something completely different, but I've had such good feedback from the last video I made, the seal fabrication one. I thought I'd make this video just to help you guys out because I've had so many questions about missing detail from that video. So I'll had a lot of questions asked, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer them in this quick video, sort of quick video, mostly to do with shrinking the lip that goes up underneath the wheel arch and a lot of the science behind it. I've got two seal sections made up and I'm going to demonstrate shrinking two different size lips. We've got a 10mm and a 12mm. 10mm lip first. I've just stopped short of planishing the lip all the way down to the tooling. You'll see that the lip width remains true, a true 10mm all the way from the very lower section all the way up to the top. Looking at it upside down, of course. Because I've stopped short and I haven't done any extra planishing, this lip hasn't widened in any way, and I've actually shrank the metal down. When I say shrank, what I really mean is this lip in this area, just the curved area, has actually taken on more thickness. So the thickness of the material in this area will now be thicker than it was before. I've planished the lip all the way down to the tooling, and I've still managed to maintain a nice even width on the lip because this is only 10mm. Of course, the frustrating thing is 10mm often isn't wide enough. I've used a metal planishing hammer to take it all the way, as I find a nylon face hammer or wooden hammer isn't quite hard enough in these tight radiuses. 12mm lip next. So you'll probably see tucks trying to form, which are like little peaks, almost like folds in the material. So what I do is I work on those to try and shrink them down more. Again, when I say shrink down, the material is gaining thickness. It's going down quite well. What I could do for you guys is I could actually create a tuck on purpose and then show you what I could do with a screwdriver to get around the situation. So I'll work a tuck into it by hammering each side of the tuck that's forming now. So we got a bit of a tuck forming now, and this is fine, but what we don't want it to do is fold over on itself. So what I'll show you what you can do, just something as simple as a screwdriver can be placed one side of the tuck, so you're forcing it back out, and then you could even use the pick end if you wanted to exert some more force right on top of the tuck. So with those nasty tucks removed, all I've got to do now is give it its final planishing against the tooling. When I do this, particularly in the curved area, the lip may get slightly wider because I'll be possibly over planishing. All finished, planished, job done. Happy enough with that. All I need to do is put a roller along there, which I'll do now quickly for you, just to show you how quickly you can improve upon the surface appearance. All lovely and smooth now. The only thing I could improve upon is, like I said in the last episode, I could just take that out with a belt sander just to make sure that that looks a really clean curve. Several people have asked me why it's so difficult to form the steel around the curve, and the reason being is, if we take a 90-degree cutout, here's our tooling, and it's 52mm on the tooling edge from there to there, taking a 90-degree, and our lip is this dotted line, and the lip from there to there is 35mm. So we've got to reduce a length of 52mm down to 35, and that's why it needs to be shrank. Below it we've got just lengths of exact equal measurements, so the outer is the same as the inner. It's the same distance from there to there as it is from there to there. That's why it can literally just be folded over, whereas as soon as we come to the curve, it's got to be shrank down. Another way of explaining it is with some masking tape. So I put some masking tape along the edge as if it was our steel. So all the way along there can just be folded over. That's just folded over dead flat, and then we come to the curve, we can't do it because there's too much tape there to be folded over, and that's why it's ended up like that. There's too much material to fold around and lie flat. It's formed a series of tucks. Because the paper won't compress, we can't get rid of it. So while we're on the subject of shrinking steel, I'm making this up at the moment, a little project I'm involved in. This is just a 30mm wide strip folded down the middle and put in the shrinking machine at work. And look at that, it wasn't supported in any way, just went through the machine. So this is the kind of sort of thing you can do with a proper machine, because what I'm working on is I've bought these gorgeous, like 1950s style, top heavy kind of, aren't they nice? Fitting these on my Bedford, and they're actually an aftermarket item for a Harley Davidson custom headlight. So I'm making them fit a standard 7-inch headlamp, and they're going to look fantastic. If anybody'd like to know more detail, then perhaps I'll put a little video together of how to modify these and where you can get them from, etc. But only if you're interested, guys. Polishing the hammer face, another question asked. I just locked the hammer head in a vise with a bit of leather around it to save marking at the hammer. I got a variable speed angle grinder with a DA backing pad fixed to it. I simply use an 80 grit disc, finish off with a 180 and run it over the face until I just take the sharp edge off. The other thing I use is a belt sander. So this is a 20mm belt sander. The flat guide has been taken off underneath to allow the belt just to run exactly where it wants to. I can just simply run this over the hammer face, and what it'll do is naturally take the edges off. I could use this if I wanted to, or the variable speed angle grinder, of course. that, guys, is how you polish a beautiful finish on the face of your hammer. The more mirror finish the finish is on the hammer face, the more mirror finish the finish will be on your finished panel work. How many times could I say finished? So this beautiful Trev's Blog panel hammer, it could be yours. All you've got to do is answer the question, what was the original colour of my Bedford CA van? A theme reoccurring here. So prize draw from the last time. I couldn't find a hat, so I've got an old hubcap. So I put all the names in a hubcap. I'm not doing this again, guys, not this way. I think the next time round what I'll do is get a random number generator or something, and then it'll just pick a number and I'll go down the list and we'll pick it out like that, or I'll throw a dart in a piece of paper with loads of numbers on or something. This has taken hours to fold all these pieces of paper up. I have to wear my glasses because I can't see anymore. So, who won the last panel hammer? Let's see. Stephen Watson. Let's hope there aren't two Stephen Watsons. So Stephen Watson, spelt with a V. You are the winner of last episode's panel hammer. So all you got to do, Stephen, is drop me an email. My email address is on the video description. Just let me know what your address is and I'll post it off to you. So the next time round we're going to be doing some hammer forming. These are some wheel boxes I'm making up for the back of my Bedford, and I'm going to show you guys how to hammer form a lip all the way around there so that it can be spot welded to another panel. Very useful skill to know. I'm also going to show you some past projects that I worked on and how well they turned out as well. So plenty of good stuff to come. Special thanks to all those people that donated to my toolbox fund, and if you'd like to help support Trev's blog, then there's a link in the video description. Also, thanks very much to all the comments. Well, most of them. Yeah, pretty good comments on the whole. And one guy said something that made me laugh, because the tool that I used in the video was made from an old bull bar. And he said, bull bar? Question mark. What's that, a pickup joint for cows? I thought that was absolutely brilliant, and it reminds me of my young, free and single days when I used to go out. There was a girl I once met.
She had long white teeth that came to a point for opening beer cans at a rock and roll joint like wow, wow. She was a mow, mow. Well, I shouted hello there and I